Our heroes continued to pursue the Signa of Eldoth, racing against the team sent by the Syndicate. As they began their journey, a group caught up with the party from the capital, relieved to see members of the Righteous Order already trying to intercept the nefarious plans of the Black Syndicate. The envoy reported that Ugg was desperately needed on the surface. His town was under siege, and his expertise of the surrounding areas would be instrumental in mounting a counterattack. Not wanting to leave the party short-handed, they left the sorcerer Chorus to join the cause. The party marched on, going through a rather large covering of aquifer, the naturally occurring magical substance that would cause underwater caverns to be free of water. As they emerged, they were shocked to find the sea giant who once spared Eden as he traveled to the surface many moons ago.
Come back.
The sea giant glanced back to and spotted Eden.
Please help my son traveled through the hole exploring. His leg is injured, and he cannot get back out.
The party sprang into action, bravely rushing down the hole and entering the den of monsters. The party spotted the young sea giant unconscious, laying towards the middle of the massive cavern. As they rushed to offer aid, Aphelion healed the young sea giant as he spotted massive eyes descending back into the water. He suspected correctly, likely from his former career as a sailor, that a Froghemoth prepared to attack the group. Just as he yelled out to the group, two massive tentacles and a hideous amphibious maw emerged from the water near the rear of the party. Ollie, so fleet of foot, is rarely caught off guard, and immediately swung his sword at the creature to no avail, and the Froghemoth in turn bit and swallowed the barbarian. Stolveg continued to move to aid the wounded sea giant, backed up by Aphelion, as the rest of the party engaged the Froghemoth with the hope of freeing Ollie from a fate surely worse than death. Chorus, the new member of the party, used his magic to cast telekinesis, lifting the massive Froghemoth 30 feet into the air. His legs kicked angrily to no avail. Meanwhile, Ollie slashed blindly with reckless abandon at the slimy darkness he found himself in, causing enough damage that the monstrous creature decided it was more prudent to vomit up the barbarian, opposed to attempting to digest such a meal. To Ollie's surprise, he fell for 30 feet before he felt the sting of the water on his back, taking bludgeoning damage upon this abrupt impact. Stolveg reached the injured sea giant just as a second Froghemoth emerged from the water, mere feet away from them. Stolveg acted quickly, casting fog to distract the monster as he reassured the young sea giant, helping him to regain his bearings and start to move slowly towards the exit. The ranged attacks of the party brought down the first attacker even as he floated in the air thanks to Chorus. He allowed the massive corpse to fall back into the water, creating a shockingly huge splash. And then Chorus now used his telekinesis to aid the injured sea giant in his escape, floating him gently just above the cavern floor, as the rest of the party engaged the second Froghemoth. Despite the fact that he managed to swallow Eden, this foe too was defeated, and the party, having saved the young sea giant, explored the caverns before moving on. They found several items carved of marble, a scythe, a book, and a dagger, as well as a small collection of valuable gems. Stolveg stumbled on a mahogany wooden box with a hinged top. The outside of the box contained a musical note, and upon touching the box, Stolveg felt a surge of magical energy with purple hue shooting up his hand, and then it dissipated. The group looked concerned at this. Stolveg attempted to throw the item, but as soon as it left his hand, it disappeared. Confused, the party speculated about what could be happening, until Aphelion cast a detect magic and noticed that Stolveg's bag had a shimmer that he had never noticed before. Aphelion looked at the cleric. "What's in your bag?" Stolveg looked confused. "What do you mean?" Aphelion responded, "Something magical." Stolveg opened his bag and found the magical mahogany box he had attempted to throw but moments earlier. And then Stolveg decided to open the box. A dancing jester appeared and a song blared out at shockingly high volume. The party shook their heads. Stolveg closed the box and the song stopped, opened it again and it began again, closed it and the song again stopped. Aphelion, hating the song, offered to cast Remove Curse, but Stolveg replied, "I don't see the problem." The party continued on and came to an odd sloping corridor that looked very different than the naturally occurring caverns they had encountered so far. Chorus slid right down, and after sliding a great deal, a curved slope triggered a pressure plate. The party could hear what sounded like a large object rolling towards them. With but one way to go, the party pressed on and starting to occupy the valuable notches, allowing some of them to avoid the danger of the rolling force of destruction. As the massive boulder came swirling towards the party, Stolveg decisively used magic to shape the stone floor, creating a chasm that he hoped would at least slow and potentially stop the boulder. The muscle-bound barbarian Ollie bravely stood in front of the chasm and held his arms out, ready to attempt to physically stop the 10-foot boulder. The chasm created by Stolveg, combined with the efforts of Ollie, managed to halt the boulder within its tracks. And although the legendary spectral ghost attempted to get the magical trap rolling again with deadly force, but our heroes quickly moved in and defeated the ghostly monstrosity with a combination of magic and steel. After moving past the sloped area and traversing a series of tunnels, the party emerged in an open area containing a massive river of lava. A spectral vessel steered by a cloaked skeletal figure raised out his hand, gesturing for payment for the crossing. Find out what happens to our heroes next time in Estria.